there's no kind of literary laundry that I have not taken out. I have written educational films, corporate propaganda. You see this crazy old hippie. I've written films for banks, for oil companies, for the International Association of Chiefs of Police, for the Army, for the Air Force, for the National Emergency Energy Office during the energy crisis and so on. That's a much bigger arena than Hollywood. You know who the biggest producer of films in the world is? Anybody got any idea about that? The United States government, the federal government, makes more movies than anybody else. It's a huge area. And you know what? Those films are like all other films. Most of them suck. Some of them are really, really good. And what you want to do is exploit the opportunity. Exploit is not a dirty word. It just means to make the most of. Exploit the opportunity to get into those kinds of worlds as well. There's few experiences that mellow the spirit, like getting paid to write. And I have, on some occasions, written some really mundane and uninteresting films for corporations that were to be just shown at a sales event. They pay very, very well, by the way. And even those films, on occasion, have excited me, have been creative experiences for me. Do I prefer working on my own stuff? Of course. But what's important for writers is to be open to the wide array of possibilities that are available to them. So you might be called in by a company that says, you know, we read your script, we love what you've done, we can't make that movie. Maybe they just made a movie like that. Maybe there's a movie like that is coming out somewhere else. Maybe it's too low a budget, too high a budget. Sometimes people are worried about too high a budget. Sometimes they don't want to make a budget that's too low. Studios get a certain amount of overhead, and the smaller the budget, the smaller the overhead. It's a percentage. So sometimes they like to spend a lot of money. You shouldn't be worrying about budget. What should you be worrying about? Again, the personal screenplay, the story that you really care about. How will anybody care about your movie if the writer herself doesn't care about what she has written?